Tonight, on the premiere edition of Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica, we look back at the Saints' thrilling season-opening win. Plus, get to know one of the leaders on this year's team, learn a lesson in football from the head coach, and get a preview of what lies ahead for the Saints. It's your inside look at the Saints Scholastica football program in Duluth, and it starts right now. Hello and welcome to the series premiere of Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica Football, a 5-week seasonal series bringing you inside the Saints football program. I'm your host, Angie Avestruz, coming to you from the Saints Scholastica campus in beautiful Duluth. The Saints kicked off their 2014 season on Saturday with their home opener here in Duluth against the Ripon Redhawks. Former St. John standout Todd Fultz joined head coach Kurt Ramler to break down the opener and get the inside look from the head coach.
Joined by Coach, the victorious coach, Coach Ramler. It's been a big week getting ready for this game, and also a big week for the program as you kick off your first season on Fox Sports North with Inside the Huddle. How does that feel to you?
Well, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I know, I'm not sure if everybody knows just what a great school we have. The program, while it's been tremendous, we've won 3 consecutive championships. You know, when I first started to learn about the program as well as the school, man, I was just blown away. So this Inside the Huddle opportunity is a chance to showcase what a great school we have, and we think what a great program we have.
Hey, you start the season off with a big win up here in Duluth. Tell us about what happened and how things went.
Well, the game, you know, it's our first time feeling things out against a really good opponent. You know, we got off to a great start. Defense played well, offense got rolling, and right there at the half, we really got some big plays. We capitalized on a turnover. It's what Saints football is all about, is rising to that next play. And boy, did we make an incredible catch. I think it was Jason Kazlauskas made an incredible acrobatic catch to give us momentum going into the half.
Tell us a little bit more offensively. Now, you started off the game scoring some points right away, stalled a little bit halfway through the game, and then picked it up near the end. Tell us a little bit about the game plan and how that all came together.
And what we try to do is we try to find something that's really going to work and then just keep rolling with it. And in the first half, we did that. We found we wanted to spread them out a bit and run the ball, and we wanted to bring it in to pass the ball. We thought those were some of their weaknesses, and able to hit some big plays early and get some sustained drives as well. And really, those lulls happen. The nice thing about getting a win in this situation is we have a lot to improve upon. Thought we played with great effort, and we were a great team, and that's Saints football. We always, we're going to play as a great team no matter what, but we need to clean a lot of things up. We'll be a lot better next week.
Now, defensively, it came together when it had to.
Yep.
Final minute of the game, big 4th down stop, midfield. Take us through that series to get you that victory.
Yeah, I think, you know, we have a saying that there's never a doubt. There's never a doubt. And there, I think we believe that next play was all that mattered to us. We didn't want to give the ball back to them, but had to. Didn't quite capitalize on offense, and Coach Penry and our defense, they really rose to it.
Coming into this season, this is your first time up here in Duluth, and you bring together a coaching staff from around the country. Bring it together for this first season, this first game. What was that like, preparing this team from the coaching staff standpoint as well? Yeah,
I'll be honest, it was, you never know what's going to happen in that first game with the brand new coaching staff. You just don't. You know, I feel fortunate that the staff we have, they're intelligent, hardworking guys that care about the kids first. And that's what I look for in a coach, is I want a coach who is brilliant, is hardworking, loves football, but then first and foremost cares about the kids as people. That's our program. And these guys do that, and I know we're going to get it going. It's only a matter of time before we're really, really good. And there too, the coaches, we're all going to get better. Players are going to get better working together. This was the first rodeo, but it was a good one.
Now, coaching in Duluth for the first time for you, what was that like for you?
It doesn't get much better. Waking up, sunrise on Lake Superior, you know, it's just a crisp, beautiful day. There aren't many towns like Duluth that are just this great, not only of a college town. You know, there's 5 colleges here, and our players get a chance to have a great time, not only at Scholastica, but also in the Duluth community. But there's so many things to do up here, going up the shore, going to the beach. It's something our guys really enjoy.
Well, congratulations on the win, Kurt. It was a great victory for the Saints, and we'll throw it back to you, Angie.
Coming up, we get to know one of the Saints leaders who excels both on the field and in the classroom. Plus, get a preview of the Saints' upcoming road test. And up next, get a lesson in football from the head coach. That's next on Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by the College of Saints Scholastica's School of Arts and Letters, providing intellectual and moral preparation for tomorrow's leaders. The world needs more Saints.
The football program's awesome. The guys are really welcoming. Coming in as a transfer student, sometimes that can be a bit of it can be a struggle for a lot of guys. Only having 2 years, other guys have, a couple of years of experience together, and so sometimes it's tough to fit in. But the football family is really welcoming, and that's something that the coaches talked about before I even got to meet everybody, and that was huge.
Playing football here at CSS, it's definitely an experience. Just how close the team is, the camaraderie, the brotherhood. I know it's a stereotypical football thing to say, but it really is. All the seniors have been here together 4 years, even the juniors, sophomores, incoming freshmen. It's a tight-knit group. We're all friends. We all hang out off the field. We get along. You show up on campus and you got, 80 good friends.
My sophomore year, I was able to win out and earn my starting position, and haven't looked back since. It's been a fun ride. I'm looking forward to this season to be able to lead the troops to their first playoff win. So, football means a lot to me, and I'm going to give it my all this season.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica from beautiful Duluth, Minnesota. I'm your host, Angie Avestruz. Each episode here on the show, we bring you inside the Saints football program to see the game through the players and coaches. This week, we get a lesson in football from head coach Kurt Ramler to learn his coaching philosophy and approach to this year's team.
Hi, I'm Kurt Ramler, the head football coach here at Saints Scholastica. We're going to talk a little bit today about great pass catching techniques used today in the game by Andrew Smith and Jason Keselowskis. This is
Levi Bean, and I'm from Buffalo, Minnesota.
He's gonna demonstrate our around-the-clock catching drill that we use to emphasize catching the ball out in front of our body, focusing our eyes on the X as we catch it, ball above the waist, making a triangle, below the waist, putting our pinkies together. This is how we drill that. First, we'll start at 12 o'clock. Then we'll go around the clock, try to get one in each quadrant. The receiver should really be focusing and overtraining his eyes during this time. Make sure you're really vicing it. Boom. So go all the way around the clock this way. And then I'll ask the receiver to turn. Doesn't matter which. Keep going that way. They say there are roughly 16 different ways to catch the ball. This gets most of them. Then we'll go the other way. And the last part of it is the over-the-shoulder catch, where the receiver will keep his arms pumping. And what we say at Saints Scholastica is when you think you're supposed to reach for it, we want 2 more digs and a stab. 2 more digs and a stab. So we're really working on that right now with Levi. Over your left shoulder. Get him going. Nice. Get him going. Nice. Nice. Good job. The other shoulder. Nice job. We also really believe in next time coaching at Saints Scholastica, so if something wasn't quite right, I'll tell Mr. Bean, next time you wait a little bit longer and stab a little bit later. So next time, Levi, keep him going a little bit longer. Get him going. That's the one. So that's part of the basics of pass catching at Saints Scholastica. What'd you think?
Worked out great.
Not bad. Good job. Thank you.
Coming up next, we get to know one of the senior leaders. That's next on Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica. The other 5 St. Scholastica fall sports got underway in earnest Labor Day weekend. Both the men's and women's soccer teams fell victim to a nationally ranked Trinity, Texas squad to open the season. However, the men's team rebounded nicely the following day to defeat Southwestern University 4-0. This past weekend, the men's team made history defeating 21st ranked Wisconsin Oshkosh 2-0. It was the program's first ever win over a nationally ranked opponent. The volleyball team opened its season with a 3-set sweep over Chapman University and also picked up a win over Occidental College to finish their California trip 2-2. A little closer to home, the St. Scholastica men's and women's cross-country teams took part in the Tom Berry Invitational in Green Bay, Wisconsin, Labor Day weekend. The highlight of the trip was junior Chris Lawson taking first place in the men's race by nearly 15 seconds. Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica. I'm your host, Angie Avestruz. The Saints are a deep and talented team this season, and one of their senior leaders is Pete Stanley. The Rogers native will be a key component to a successful Saints season, and this week we get to know a little more about number 66, Pete Stanley.
I'm Pete Stanley. I play center, and I'm from Rogers, Minnesota. Center is, I like to think of it as the captain of the offensive line. They didn't have me playing center as a freshman. We definitely had a center that year who was really good. He was All-American. I definitely looked up to him and learned a lot from playing next to him. And they had me playing center sophomore year, and I like playing there. I feel like you're in control. You're telling the guards, you know, the combos, and that tackles are feeding off that. So you're really kind of in command of the offensive line, and you got to know everything that's going on. My playing style, I am smart and intense. I don't let my emotions get the best of me, but when I'm going, I'm going. I don't like cheap stuff. I'd rather hit a guy in between the whistles, clean, and you know, that's what good players do. In Rogers, Minnesota, football was really intense there. From when I talked to other guys, they said they didn't really show up just being strength in the summer, and we were all really dedicated. I really idolized Matt Burke. He was really just hardworking individual, and I think I got some of my work ethic from him. And just the program I grew up in Rogers, just the teammates around me, you really fed off each other, and it made everybody work hard. And I think that really set the tone for myself for the rest of my football career. I was being recruited here, and they wanted me to come watch their homecoming game. So I decided to do that, and just watching the team play that day made me really fall in love with the team. It just looked like they had a lot of fun. Everyone was really supportive on the sidelines, and I just thought I could see myself playing on this team. And then, you know, obviously I saw the campus, fell in love with that. I liked the fact that there were small class sizes, and I decided to come here, and I haven't looked back since. I've definitely made some lifelong friendships here. You know, I have my best friends from high school that I still stay in touch with. I always will, but I definitely will have some friends here that I will stay in touch with for the rest of my life. After graduation, I hope to get accepted into a grad school program. I'm applying here to St. Scholastica for their physical therapy grad school program, along with other schools, but I hope to get in here. It's great to be recognized by Capital One as an academic All-American. You know, we're all student athletes, and student comes first, and that's the same way for me. You know, I got to get it done in the classroom before I can get it done on the football field, and I work hard not only on the field but off the field as well. I would say one of my role models would definitely be my mom. She's worked hard her entire life. She grew up on a farm. She had 10 other brothers and sisters, so she really grew up with not a whole lot. And she went to law school. She graduated. She was in law school for, you know, a lot of my life. I think from when I was about 5 to 10, she was in law school. When she graduated, she passed the bar exam, and she's worked hard to get where she is today, being a successful lawyer.
Coming up next, we preview what lies ahead for the Saints. That's next on Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by the College of St. Scholastica's School of Nursing, preparing graduates who are poised to work at the top of their license and on the forefront of their profession. The world needs more Saints.
There's absolutely nothing better than game day. Nothing better. You only get so many of these in your life, which is why today, the very first thing we're going to do is take a moment and give gratefulness, give gratitude that we have this moment in front of us. Everybody take a knee. Let's take a moment to appreciate how fortunate we are to be where we are, with the group we have, what we have in front of us. Remember our team goals. Let's play with great effort and toughness. Let's play with great focus. Let's respond to adversity. Let's be a great team. Let's have a blast.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica. I'm your host, Angie Avestruz. The 2014 season is kicked off, and with Saturday's opener in the books, the Saints now turn their attention to their upcoming road test in Iowa. To look at what lies ahead, Todd Fultz joins Coach Ramler to preview the Saints' schedule.
Thanks, Angie. Todd Fultz here with Inside the Huddle. Again with the victorious Coach Ramler. Talking about next week, we've got to head down to Iowa to face Iowa Wesleyan. What did you do this week that's going to help you next week in Iowa?
We really worked on our short yardage situations. We need to be a little better on offense with how we handle that. We feel like we can get ourselves in some good mismatches on the perimeter, as well as find some good formations for run game. We think we'll be able to be more crisp on third downs this week.
That sounds great. The Tigers have a lot of talent. They've got a speedy team, and they can cause a lot of problems. How will you try to negate their strengths as you prepare for this game?
Big thing for us in keeping their athletes, under wraps a little bit is for us to play against their quarterback. We're going to need to disguise coverage and make sure that their coaches aren't able to dictate our coverages and what we play. Once they snap the ball, we're going to try to move a little bit and have a chance to get into our base coverages, but from a different look that they didn't expect.
Now you're on the road for the first time. Anything you need to do prepare for that long road trip?
Well, that's something that we do here. We take long road trips to a degree, and we use that. We try to make it into a positive. We're going to practice along the way. We're going to do some team meetings, positional meetings. As we drive, we've got great technology as a program. We'll go through our visualization checklist as a team. And on the way back, we'll take that time. We might just teach the team how to play cribbage. Make sure guys are sitting next to guys they wouldn't normally hang out with. I do make them turn their cell phones off for certain parts of the trip so they can work on human interaction. Hi, I'm Kurt, for example.
Good thing to teach them.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, tell me a little bit about the game. Now, this week you had a big win, a home win, 28-27, and you built a lot of character. Tell us a little bit about how that's going to carry you through this season.
Well, we've got a great group of leaders. We really do. I think when you think about St. Scholastica football, maybe the first thing that comes to mind is character. And our guys really showed that today. They came through when it counted, and it wasn't always easy, but they really believed in each other and in themselves, and they came through. And I think that's one of the pillars of our program.
Passing the ball this week up here on a beautiful sunny day. Next week, who knows what could happen down in the fall. Tell us about your game plan and how that will change based on where you're playing in the country.
Well, we believe we have the ability to run and pass. We're an offense that we'd like to be really good at both. I think we showed a bit of that today. But if we go into a game where there's horrible conditions, we're not afraid to run the ball all day, and we think we can do that really well. If a defense is giving us pass, we're not afraid to do that either. So it really, we feel we can do both sides of it really well. And that's predicated upon field conditions as well as what a defense does.
And as you go into the game, tell us a little bit about which players you have that are going to probably play a little bit better next week. What type of players do you think are going to have a better game going into Iowa?
Yeah, I really expect some of our guys were just getting their first experience as a college football player. It was Tyler Harper's first game in my offense and in our offense, and there's always an adjustment. Even though he's confident and he made some great plays, I expect him to continue to improve. Shane Finnegan had his first varsity football action at the college level, I believe, and we expect big things from him. And he had some nice plays today, but I think he'll improve as well. Defensively as well, we've got some young players that in different positions where we expect good things.
Well, Coach, you're 1-0. You've got a chance next week to travel to Iowa and be 2-0. We wish you the very best as you head down there. Good luck to the Saints, and we'll catch you next week, and we'll throw it back to you, Angie.
That will do it for our premiere edition of Inside the Huddle with Saint Scholastica, your weekly look inside Saints football. To follow the football program and all Saints sports, visit csssaints.com. For Todd Fultz and Coach Ramler, I'm Angie Avestruz. Thanks for joining us on Inside the Huddle with Saint Scholastica.